Hello, family. Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy E, the Dividend Basketball Bro, back with another video. Guys, it's the 29th, 2025 of October. Man, the month is almost gone. We only got a few more days, a couple more days, a couple more days in this month, and it will be November. Okay, guys. Now, yesterday was amazing. Today is okay, but the bottom line is, like I tell you guys all the time, even though the market was bad today at the end of the day, but the portfolio did good, right? The portfolio did good. The only portfolio that didn't do as good today was mine. My Roth and my daughter's, the 2-year-old Hall Roth. Okay? Those are the only two portfolios that didn't do good today. When I say didn't do good, end of the day in the red. And also my health savings account. Uh, my health savings account, I talk about this from time to time. Guys, for those of you who you plan on retiring or all this stuff, or even, this is like another retirement account. Okay, you can use this to do whatever with it, but it's mostly for paying like your medical expenses, right? If you get sick or something like that, you need to pay a deductible, you can pay that out of that account, okay? And it's like a retirement account. Look into it, okay? Health savings account. You need to look into that, okay? It's pretty good. I think everybody should have that, okay? HSA, look into HSA, guys. Very important, okay? Now, with that said, guys, thanks to all our subscribers. Thanks to all our new subscribers, guys. I appreciate you guys from subscribing. And you guys not only subscribing, right? I'm part of a group, and surprisingly, there's a few brothers in that group that I know of, right, who has already been using my similar strategy to build worth, and not only that, but to retire early, guys. Okay, and you can do this. Anybody can do this. This is no rocket science. Like I told you, if you can read first grade read, you can do this stuff. Okay, you don't have to understand no graphs and charts and candlestick. You don't need to do all that stuff. Okay, you can just read the stuff and see how these things are performing, and put your money where you feel comfortable. Okay, and you don't have to be as risky as me or anybody else. Just do what works for you, because the risk at the end of the day is yours. I'm 52 years old, and I make videos about my portfolio, and that's what I do. I make videos about my portfolio every single day and talk about what's going on with it, what is doing good, what's doing bad. I make videos, okay? But I like it when it's doing good, because I feel like, oh, maybe I'm doing something right after all. Okay, guys? So with that said, guys, like I say, if you do this, if you follow my platform, or do whatever you got to do, the risk is yours. I got nothing to do with it, okay? Because I take the risk investing in my portfolio, and if you do, the risk is yours also. As you can see, today was pretty much a red day. We got Apple, Microsoft, Meta, JP Morgan, Chase. Those guys are pretty much in the gray. That's me, like, they got like 0.1% or 0.11%, growth today. But other than that, you see Tesla, Google, AMD, Nvidia, Broadcom, GE, Amazon, CVX, ExxonMobil. I mean, cats. That's pretty much it. Everybody else is in the red. Got some other stuff in there. Verizon and stuff like that is in the green, but pretty much everybody else in the red. J&J, Netflix, Airbnb, Pepsi, Coca-Cola, Procter& Gamble, Costco, Waste Management, Visa, Home Depot, Berkshire Hathaway, Bank of America. It's pretty much, you guys can see this, okay? So this one, when you see the gray, it's like 0%, 0 point something percentage. The red is negative, and the green is, at least close to that, 1% plus percent mark. Okay, guys. So you can see it's been a tough day. The market, a lot of earnings report coming out. But hey, like I say all the time, even though sometimes this stuff can be green, the portfolio still can be in the red. Sometimes stuff can be in red, the portfolio still be in the green. But we ended the day decent. Okay, guys, let's look at some crypto before we get down to all that. So you see Bitcoin is It's struggling. The last 24 hours is down 1.26%. Ethereum 1.16%. Okay, but this stuff fluctuates, go up and down all the time. So if you're willing to deal with the risk, I mean, you can do what you got to do because hey, why not go in there and make some money? Because it is possible to make some money. Okay, um, XRP. I bought a $50 for XRP yesterday in my crypto portfolio. I bought I think $50 of Bitcoin. And I bought something else. I can't remember what it was. I think it was BNB. I bought some BNB yesterday. I think I got like $10 or so for BNB. I bought like three or four different things. Cardano. I think also I bought some Cardano. And I was doing this guys on the plane, okay, because there's no put in a limit order, all that stuff. I just put my order and buy and boom, keep it moving, okay. And that's it. And I spent like $200 some dollars buying crypto yesterday when I was sitting on the flight before my flight took off. So you can do this from anywhere. You just need to get a provider, a platform that you feel comfortable using to buy your crypto. Okay, guys. And this is another thing I like to use to, look at this. I think it's like it's more motivating, right? You see Bitcoin, like I said, Bitcoin is like the fat guy at the buffet, like just keep getting bigger, 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 bigger. It's ridiculous. This thing is worth $2.22 trillion, right? $68 billion in the last 24 hours. Look at this guy. He's the next fat one in the group, ranked number two. 475 billion, 36 billion in the last 24 hours. Number three in the group, 183 billion, 113 billion in the last 24 hours. That's a lot of volume, guys. Okay, number four in the group. That was number five in the group. XRP is number four in the group. 153 billion, 3.54 billion in the last 24 hours. Guys, this thing is, look at this, 155 billion, 5.02 billion in the last 24 hours. This is a lot. A friend of mine is like, man, what do you think about XRP? So I sent him a message or something from a group that I'm part of. And he's like, no, man, I don't think I'm going to buy XRP. I was like, why not? Why not buy XRP? No, man, I'm not ready to buy XRP. Guys, you can't let nobody change your mind on what you want to do, right? Especially when you believe in it. Now, because you believe in it, don't necessarily make it right. But sometimes you gotta take a chance. Because I have a little bit more ideas about crypto and stuff like that, don't mean I'm right. And I wasn't telling him what the thing I was saying him wasn't to not buy, it was to the person who bought his stuff, they already collected some profits, a lot of money. So, you can still make some money. And he took it the other direction. But so invest in what you feel comfortable, guys. Okay. Now back to my portfolio, my number two ranked portfolio on here, right? Well, number two or number three. Number three ranked portfolio. This is my daughter's university fund portfolio, right? And as you can see, the balance, say the buying power, says $7,739.05. And 6,000 in here. So guys, I did enable margins yesterday in this portfolio, right? I was like, you know what I got to lose? It's not a lot of money. I have another portfolio that doesn't have margins. Actually, two other bigger portfolio. I mean, a little bit bigger than this one. That don't have margins. So I was like, you know what? In order to grow this portfolio, we're gonna use some margins. So I deposited $2,600 into this account, and I went in and put and collect some margin. So right now, let me see if this thing will do like what it's supposed to do. Okay, it's not. Is it not doing what it's supposed to do? Or is I'm clicking too fast? Let's see. I'm trying to get this thing to show you guys. All right, let me give it a second here. But my margin buying power went from, because I deposited the 2,600, my margin buying power went up. I'm not sure why this thing is not functioning like it's supposed to. So when I hit the drop down, it's supposed to give me. It worked earlier. I don't know why it's not working now. Okay, let it go. Let it go. It looks like it's coming. There we go. It took forever. But as you can see, what I'm using right now, margin is $8,000. Total margin is $15,963.41. Now my available, right? This is right here. I'm not using all of it. I only use a little bit of it and all the cash that I had to buy this stuff. And right now my margin risk is low, right? I'm using like 30%. And this is where I'm going to leave it, right? I'm not going to borrow anymore for now. I'm just going to leave it as it is and try to grow this portfolio. Now, another amazing thing, guys, even though you see the market is red today, right? When I bought, I believe, like $10,000 worth of WPay yesterday. I was trying to see if I could get it in time to get the distributions. Of course, I didn't get it in time to get the distributions. But next week we're gonna collect distributions. Okay. Um, and I only deposited $5,000 into this account because I mean the 2,500 which was gonna give me the 6,000. Now I met my goal for this portfolio for this year, which we're getting the account to 6,000. We did that. Okay, now not only we got it to 6,000, with margins we're able to increase the buying power. Guys, I say this all the time: do not use margin. You can lose your shirt. Okay, I almost lose my big boy portfolio due to the downturn of the market because I was using margin. Margin is like a loan shark. You know what I'm saying? You can owe them some money, and they're gonna tell you, well, I need this amount of money that will buy you some more time until you can pay all of it. Now, like, so you put in $10, you're like, oh, I only owe you $20. Let me give you $10. Okay, you give me $10 a day. When you have all my money, then I'm gonna come collect it. In the meantime, if the market go down again in a week or two, you gotta bring me another $10. So that's not how margin works, like a loan shark. Okay, but if you're gonna get a loan from a bank, which I'm not telling you to go get a loan from a bank and invest that money, you only got to make payments every month. You know exactly what your payment going to be. What if the market go up or down? Not. You got to make that payment. That's the difference between margins and non-margins. Okay, so that's the best way I can explain it in layman terms, guys. But as you can see, right now we got zero cash because I spent all the cash yesterday. So we're gonna let this build back up. So next month is coming in. We're gonna let we're gonna see how much cash. Hopefully, I can restrain myself from buying more, which is gonna be kind of tough. But we're gonna let the cash build up in the portfolio before we go start spending anything. Right now, during the regular hours, portfolios are up 1.84%, almost 2% today. Right, and after hours, this thing, as you can see, is dancing up and down. We are down $53.49, almost 1% down, almost 1% down in the portfolio in the after hours. Okay, which is kind of I'm like, okay, we did good doing the regular hour. After hour, we're gonna try to survive. Now, in my big boy portfolio, right, my cash management portfolio, I went ahead and deposited $5,000 into the account because, like I said, I'm still in my mind thinking, you know what? Let me talk to Fidelity to get them to say, okay, if I need to remove the margins, do I need to add more money? Because when I remove margin from my portfolio, I don't want to sell anything, right? I don't want to sell anything in my portfolio. When I do decide to say, okay, let's take out margins, I don't want to sell anything. So right now, I have like 1.48% of margin that I'm using in my big boy portfolio. Okay, you guys remember one time we had 50 something percent, right? I was using like 50 something percent. Now I'm using less than 2% of margin in their portfolio. Okay, So I'm ecstatic of that, and I have de-risked my portfolio to where the income have gone from 40, $50,000 a month to now this month we might do um, close to 30,000, and then next month that income is going to be slashed in half. Yeah, less than that. We might be doing 8,000. If we have a bad month, we might do 6,000 or 7,000. You know, if the payments and stuff stay consistent, we might do 10 to 14,000. But like I said, now that at the end of this month, right? Well, in the next month, I'm not going to have a job anymore. So literally, I will be living out of my portfolio starting December. Starting December the 1st, I will be literally living out of my portfolio. No more job, no more income coming in. Okay. So your boy will be living out his portfolio. So as you can see, this is all of the portfolio. These guys haven't updated yet because I just made deposits, of course, so the income. And you can see I made the changes across the board. So the income have dropped. But with the new amount of money that was put into the portfolio, this might go up to maybe 300 or more. So we might be getting, 300, $350 or more in this account. And the same will go for here. The amount drop from it's going to drop down in this range. I mean, if we're doing $600 a month in this account right now, I think for me I would be okay, right? Because I'm really not spending the money out of this account at all. Um, Over here, I mean, it's where I'm going to be spending the money, you know, to cover up my car payment for now, and taking care of other expenses that I may have in Colombia. This portfolio here primarily will be there as to take care of everything else between Colombia and here in the U.S. Um, you know, as we make adjustments to everything that's going on. Okay, so the income, like I said, nine thousand next month. If I think it's gonna. I think that's like still too high. But if I do that, if we do 9,000, right, next month, and I don't pull any cash out, right, that would pretty much zero balance my margins, right? So now I can say, okay, guys, I don't want margins no more. Remove margin from my portfolio. That way I don't have to sell another portfolio in another portfolio to move cash over. But margin will be gone. No more margins. Okay. And then come December, it looked like the income based on the tracker is supposed to go up. But this is why I stopped using the tracker amount because it fluctuates every day. It can go up and down based on the changes in the portfolio. So that's why I started using the tracker amount and start using the actual amount of what we have received for the month to show how much income we receive every month. So if you look at the thumbnail of the videos, you will see the amount of money we receive for the month. Okay. Now, if you look at the weekend video that we do on Saturday, you will see the amount of money we receive for the month and the amount of money we receive for the week. So I put what we receive for the week and the total so far for the month. So this is how I do it now, so people can understand. Like this is serious, guys. Okay, this is serious. I know I can be a lot relaxed when I talk about this, but it's gonna get more tense, especially when I stop working. I got income coming from real estate, but it's not enough to cover anything, right? Um, Nothing heavy, right? So of course you're like, okay, I got to make sure these income is doing what I need to do for your boy to survive and live the lifestyle I'm living now. And like I was saying, I might consider selling my house, um, and that would also in turn increase the value, because if I can put a couple $100,000 into my portfolio, right, that's what in turn increase the amount of income that's coming into the portfolio based on what I'm purchasing. Okay, so we're gonna go. Let's say we go from 100,000, 150,000 income to 200,000 income. That's good. You know, it can seem like it's something so very little, but that's a big change, right? Additional $50,000 a year in income, and I might not put it in the main portfolio, right? I might not put it in the main portfolio. I might put it in, I might say, okay, well, I can throw 50 grand in here, 50 grand in here, and then 50,000 in there, right? I can do it like that. And if I put 50,000 in each of these portfolio, of course, you definitely know with what we have in there now, we're gonna be over that $1,000 a month between these two accounts, and that would be like, okay, that would be hitting our goals, especially for this portfolio, right? $1,000 a month is the goal for this portfolio. 12 grand a year. I mean, that's more than what I'm gonna need right now because I'm not paying 100% of my daughter's tuition. Her mom pay the other half. So 12 grand a year will be more than what I need, and that'll be enough to pay for every private school in Colombia. So, and then this other portfolio here will be generating probably a similar amount, will be enough to say, okay, well, we can pay out the car note, we can pay out insurance, we can pay off some other bills. Guys, eventually, this is why I want to live out of this portfolio. And this one here will just be my go-to, my backup, that emergency, right? Oh, well, in case of emergency, I can pull money from here. In case of emergency, that portfolio is going to have cash sitting in there that's collecting 4%, whether I'm buying stuff or not. Okay? So there's a lot of ways to look at this, guys. There's a lot of ways to look at this to get to where you need to get to. It's a lot. Okay? Right now, we at 2,000. Okay. But eventually, just this number, it says 2034 is giving us that 12,000. I mean, it's to get to that point, we just got to deposit more money in there, right? To make more money. And with the fact that we're not using the funds, especially when I switch over from margins in my other portfolio, when I switch from margin in this portfolio, then whatever come in is like, okay, we're making that cash, we're investing a couple $1,000 a month, and we're using the rest to live off of. And the portfolio still is going to be growing. Not as big, but it's still going to be growing, including other portfolios going to continue to grow. So at some point, we're going to get to where we feel we're back comfortable again. Okay? So, guys, anything is possible. Anything is possible when you put your mind to it, guys. Like I said, when I started this, the goal was to make $24,000 a year. $24,000 a year, that was my goal. I said I needed $2,000 a month to live outside this country. And now, 5 years later, my portfolio is bringing in, right, over $10,000 a month. We're going to go with the new estimate, right? $10,000 a month. That's not even working a job, right? I worked 2-3 jobs, 2-3 years in a row to get to this point, right? Investing 80% of my income and still having fun, still traveling, still doing what I need to do, right? And now I'm at this level, okay? And it's been tough. Sometimes it's been tough. Sometimes I'm eating rice and beans like David Ramsey said. Sometimes I eat a lot of oatmeal. It's healthy, but I eat a lot of oatmeal. Not out having and spending money on lavish dinners and stuff like that because I know I had a goal. I had a plan on what I needed to do, right? And in order to be successful, you got to make sacrifices. Some people become successful from luck, but to become successful, you got to make sacrifices. Okay? Now, guys, this is 5 years. That's why I like to use this tracker to motivate me. Okay? You can change the year and say, okay, we're going to go 15 years. So 15 years, right? The more income we have coming in, the faster we're going to get to $14 million or close to $15 million in the portfolio value and still generating $2.6 million a year. Okay? If we go down, okay, 1 million, 1.1 million, The number is still balancing itself. I think after next next week, when the first set of income start to drop into the portfolio, those 1 cent, 2 cents, 5 cents, whatever, $1, $2 start to drop into the portfolio, it will readjust itself again, right, to the average amount of money that we got coming in the portfolio. But guys, this is something that you can do 30 minutes a day, to check your account, right? And you'll be fine. And in our big ball portfolio, man, we did almost $1,500 a day in growth with the market being back. If that's not amazing, I don't know what else to say. Okay, guys. Like I said, it's not financial advice. But if you put your money there and you lose it, I mean, it's on you. You gotta take a risk. Okay. People say, they say, man, this is a scam. Okay. What do you want me to tell you? It's a scam. Okay. A scam right now gonna allow me to at least be able to pay my bills and be able to eat and feed my family. Okay, until something else change. Until I decide, you know what? I'm gonna go get another job for another year or two to build my portfolio back up. This scam, as you guys call it, some people are just dumb, as bricks. They call this stuff scam. But this scam is one that's gonna take care of me with me being out of a job coming the end of the month. Okay? Some people say this monopoly money. This monopoly money is what's gonna pay my bills, right? Since I don't have a job coming the end of the month. Okay? This monopoly money is what's gonna take care of me. Right? This is gonna keep me from calling, hey, yo, bro, man, I ain't eating 2 days, bro. Let me get $5 to go buy some potatoes. This right here is gonna take care of that. Right? Who was saying that to me? One of my boys was like, man, at least now you can go to the unemployment office and collect unemployment for however long you can get unemployment. I'm like, do you know how much money they're gonna give me on unemployment? Well, you're gonna get the maximum. The maximum in unemployment is not even gonna pay my car payment. And that's just one bill. So sometimes, guys, when we sit there and preparing ourselves for the future, we don't know what's going to happen. Guys, can you imagine all the stuff I've done so far to get my portfolio to what it is right now, even though the income is low, but we have completely to where we can remove margins out of my portfolio. Can you imagine if I was taking $10,000 a month, every month out of my portfolio plus to pay my bills? My margin there would just keep going up, going up, going up, going up. Even though the portfolio bringing in 20, 30 grand a month, but the margin there will still be going up because I'm taking the money out of the margins. So they're getting me more loan. Like, okay, you take this money. You don't have no regular cash to take out. You got to take out a loan. Okay, I get a little bit of money in the portfolio. Next month I come back and take another loan. If I buy stuff, I'm using margin. So the margins just get bigger and bigger and bigger. So if you got your main portfolio and you're learning margins and you're learning how to do it, I would say don't do all that portfolio. Get another portfolio. Right? Get another portfolio that you want to do without margin, try to grow that, and then get one and say, you know what, I'm going to do margins here. That way, if something goes wrong, you still have another account. Okay, you hear said traders blow account all the time. If we have another, market crash or something, and you have margins, that can blow your account if you don't have money to put in there from somewhere else. Okay, so I tell you guys, please, please, please be very careful with using margins, especially for you new investors. If you're new to this thing, I guess I've been doing this for 5 years, going on 6 now, and I have problems with margins. Can you imagine being new to this? Okay, and you get some bad positions that go left, and then you get a market crash with tariffs or something like that. You're gonna be in a bad spot. Okay, so it seems like it's a broken record, but I don't want people that watch my content to say, well, Edward, if you knew this, why you didn't tell us? No, I'm telling you because I experienced it and I show you guys every freaking day on this channel. Hey, look, this is what margins are doing to me right now. I have to sell this from this portfolio to put it in here. I have to sell this from this portfolio to put it in here. Is We don't have 509 videos on this channel for nothing. Because I make videos every freaking day, and some of these are shorts and stuff like that. But 509 videos on this channel for a reason. Because the stuff happen every day in the market. Okay, and then we have a regular conversation on the weekends and stuff like that. So guys, I know the video is getting long, right? And I wasn't planning to make a long video today. I'm still tired from traveling and all this stuff, and got a lot of work to do. But this is how I give back. This is how I give back to the community that we're building here. Okay, so no matter how hard or how bad the market gets, we're gonna be out here making videos. As long as I have good health, I'll be out here making videos for you guys. Okay. So I hope you guys made some money today. And let me know how you guys are doing. Comment. Let me know how you guys are doing in comment. Let me know how you guys are doing in the Discord. If you're not part of the Discord yet, guys, go to the description below and join the Discord. And feel free to ask any questions you will ask in a group, as long as it got to do with investing. Okay. We only care about investing and making money. Okay. And it's pretty much about stocks or crypto. And the group is not that big. So you can say, oh, it's too much stuff. No, it's not big. We try to keep the channels pretty simple as we continue to grow, our portfolio and grow this environment, guys. So do what you got to do to help yourself and your family just in case you get laid off tomorrow, right? 3 years, you get 1 week per year. 1 week per year. Okay. So that's a week. That's what? That's 3 weeks worth of work. You still miss another week to have a whole month's of a salary. So after that, guess what happened? The money is cut. No money, no SNAP, no Section 8. Pretty much like what's going on right now, right? If you're out of a job, it's like at least Section 8 people, they ain't working. They're getting money to help them pay the rent. They're paying rent for $8 or $12, whatever it is, or half or whatever it is. They're getting money to feed the family. But imagine that get cut, right? It's the same as losing a job. The only difference is between me and those folks, I don't understand the circumstances. I can say, you know what? It's been a month or two. Let me get back looking for a job. I'm bored. Let me get back on the hunt. Get back in the job market. Give me something to keep me busy for the time that I can only so much look at my portfolio during the day, right? So I got all this other time during the day. My baby's in school. I got all this other time. Let me look for something else to do to keep me occupied, and then we'll do that. But God willing, I probably will not work another job in my life. God willing. But things can change, right? Things can change. If things change, I feel like, you know what? Maybe I need a job for another 6 months to a year. Then I'll get back into the job market. Get something else to do to keep me occupied and bring some more income and lessen the load on my portfolio. Because I'm trying to build a multi-million-dollar portfolio. I'm trying to build a multi-million-dollar real estate portfolio also. So guys, we gotta make changes. Okay? Sometimes you're scared. Because if you don't, scared money don't make no money. Okay, guys. So I got a meeting over here shortly. I got a meeting here shortly. I got a call scheduled. So I'm gonna end this video here with you guys. I'm gonna end this video here with you guys, and we're gonna do this again tomorrow. Okay, and then on Friday we're gonna see how much more money. I don't think a lot more money is gonna come into the portfolio than what was initially what we already have. So I can already tell you guys right now, but we're gonna save that for the weekend, for Saturday video, to see, and then next week, we'll see. We're building something here. I feel good about it. Like I said, today being a red day, and the portfolio is still doing good. I don't feel, I feel okay. I feel good. I feel good about it. And you guys stick to it. Stick to it. You're gonna be okay. Okay, guys. I love you guys. Still blessed. And we're gonna do it again tomorrow. Peace out.